What's up, y'all? Whenever y'all get up in here, what's happening? I guess I'll just take a nap until y'all get up in here. Hmm. Hmm. Wish there was a little chime noise or something every time somebody joins the live so you know how many people are coming in or when they're coming in. Yeah. Let's see, do I have my, maybe I can use this and do it. Uh-oh, it's working. Hell yeah, it's working. I do not like logos on my shades and stuff. So when I got these true religious shades or whatever, I got them because I like the style of them, not because I give a damn about a logo. So they had this little logo in the corner right there. I'm taking me a little nickel and rubbing that right the funk off. Sure am. So now they about to be officially fresh. Put a little alcohol and make sure it's all the way gone, and we're gonna really be happy to rock these when I wear them. Cause I don't like seeing no damn logos and stuff like that, unless it's somebody that has directly been a part of my journey, you know, somebody who supported ONYXCON directly, a brand that I've researched and found that they've given back in ways that I appreciate, you know, and I know a lot about the brand. I don't know a lot about this brand. I really don't know anything, quite frankly. I need to look them up and find out who owns it and all that stuff. It's stuff I usually do for most stuff that I wear. I like to know. Most people don't even care. I like to know. I like to know. Who did this? Who started this? Who is this? Who is this? What's behind this? What's that mean? What's that mean? What does that mean? What's that mean? I like the meaning of things, you know what I'm saying? If you're just joining, I was saying these shades I bought about a week ago, and I like them. I love them, actually. They're about to become one of my favorite pair of sunshades for the summer. They had a little logo on in white on the lens, and it's bold enough to see. I mean, if you look at any of my previous videos wearing these, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's true religion or whatever, and I don't know nothing about that. I just want the damn shades, man. So I said, I'm gonna find me a razor or something that won't scratch the lens and scrape that damn logo off. So while I was sitting here, I looked and I said, oh, I got a nickel. The edge of a nickel is just sharp enough that it took it right on off. Like nothing. What's up to the one, put the one thumbs up? I appreciate you. We need to be seeing. We got 11 people watching. We should see at least 11. 9, 7. Oh, see, 7 is a sacred number. Now that's the number for ONYXCON right there. How many letters in ONYXCON? Come on now. Lucky 7. Come on, y'all. 7. Let me get 7 thumbs up. Come on. Show your love. Show your love. Show me love. Oh, yeah. See, they ready now. I scraped it right off. It was right in that corner. I know you can still kind of see it if you push it up close. Right in the corner. Y'all see it? I scratched it right the hell off. Right the hell off. Because I don't care about that. That shit don't say ONYXCON. It don't say Joseph R. Wheeler the third. Then big ass logo on my. Yeah. There's very few logos that I will wear happily. Like certain teams, cool. I got history with that. I like the team. I like a player. I like the coach. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Colorado, win or lose, it's Deion Sanders. I don't give a damn. It's Deion Sanders. They could be the greatest team, the worst team. I don't. It's like wearing my Falcon stuff. I'm from Atlanta. Period. Period. I'm from the A. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's just what that gonna be. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Oh yeah, we ready now. I've been needing to do this anyway. Man, I've been needing to do this. You just need time, just a second, just to think. And be like, all right, here's my moment. Let me do it now while I got a minute. Don't you love that sound? That's the sound of clean. That's the sound of clean. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. All right. And then I did permanent marker and covered up the logos that were on the side, because they had logos on the sides too, on them little blocks right there. It's faint. I can still see it, but it still comes off too if that alcohol hit it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. We ain't trying to have no problems. Yeah. Yeah, baby. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Worldwide, what's going on? For me, it's just waiting and waiting for an order that may or may not even come out. I swear they're getting worse and worse. It's this weekend. It's this holiday. That's all it is. Everybody suddenly think they want to get on the grill. If they didn't do it for Father's Day, they're trying to do it for the 4th. So, all right, y'all, we back. Damn, signal went out because phone got hot for a second, and I got the air on, but I had to get. I mean, you can't. It's so hot in Georgia right now. You can't just have the air on. It's got to be blasted. It's 93 degrees. Okay, yeah. So 103 may as well be. Always add 10. 93 degrees, y'all. So I'm just like, when it get that kind of hot, if you ain't got the air, like right now I got it like right on my phone. I'm directing it right to the phone. I'm trying to keep it out the way of the sun ain't even out. It's clouds, but it's just that hot. That's just how hot the air is. I'm like, damn. It ain't even no sun on the phone, but it's just like, I'm hot. Dang. I don't know how people in places like Arizona do it. Shout out to Arizona, man. I've known some people from there. I've never been there, but when they tell me stories, how many times they tell me stories, they make a mistake. They say something like as simple as this, a pen like this, is plastic. You can't leave stuff like this out in your car. They say you'll come back after a day of work and it will be melted. It will literally be melted onto the damn, wherever you put it in the car. It just, you got a pen melted onto your dashboard or something. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You can't even believe how hot it gets there. Because it's always over 100 in the summer, from what I've heard. I'm like, damn. That's amazing. You know, and then there's of course places even hotter than that. Like, you think that's hot? You know, places everywhere, man, where it gets like seriously something else. Whole nother level. Whole nother level. Speaking of other levels, switching topics. I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, which I tend to have items for sale and stuff, and it's funny because you forget, at least I forget sometimes, I even have some stuff out there, because if it don't sell right away in the first few weeks of me putting it up, I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know, on to the next, forget about it, I guess it ain't gonna sell. And then it'll have you these little reminders, you know, do you want to have this reposted, whatever. And you'll do that enough times too, and then at a certain point you might forget if it ain't sold yet. But I must have something on a renewal or something, because I had an item that I forgot I even had out there, and somebody hit me up saying they wanted, and it was out of nowhere. Like, I said, what? Like, I had to remember that I still had the thing for sale. I said, oh yeah, that's right. Damn, I did put that out there. You know what I mean? So I go and look, and you know, worked out. It took a minute because the person was real finicky about the item and wanted to know every single thing about it. I'm like, I don't even know everything about it. I'm just, you know, I'm really selling this because somebody gave it to me. Like, hey, you can sell that if you want to and get you some money. I know you be needing some funds. I said, hell yeah. So I did that, and it was just so funny. It worked out. I ended up actually selling it, but you know, that made me start looking at the marketplace again. I'm talking about Facebook Marketplace, anybody who just joined. And I was saying how you forget that you have stuff out there for sale, and then it's like a different type of fishing. I love to fish, and I say it's a metaphor of fishing in it, because there's many techniques for fishing. But to give example of how it relates to some of the main ones, like there's constantly casting with a lure and retrieving, doing different types of puppeteering of the lure to get something to bite it, because you know the species will react to a certain movement, etc., blah blah blah. There's that kind of fishing, right? Then, and I look at that like that's in life when you just like constantly looking for a job. You single, you always on a dating app. You looking. That's what that's like. You constantly casting, right? Then you got stuff where you might use like cut bait, and you put it out there. Like when I go river fishing and I'm fishing for gar or giant catfish and stuff, put it out there, let it sit. If you get a bite, you ain't gonna have to wonder, because it's gonna be peeling line, taking off with it. What a time, right? Is this my order? This better be my order. Now, why are you gonna steer it like you heading toward me and then go the other way? Damn, still ain't my order. I don't know when I'm gonna get this order. I don't know if I'm gonna get this order. They're getting on my nerves. I ain't got all day, y'all. Talking shit, because I do. I gotta be out here all day, no matter what it takes. I gotta get this money today. Shit, I'm trying to meet a quota and be done with one of my main bills and move on to the next one. It never stops. It's just, oh Lord, so tired of that feeling. Maybe this is it. Somebody coming up now. The bucket's finna fall from the sky. It's about to let go. You can see it. It's when they get the wind blowing and the dark clouds. Oh yeah, it's about to shut down. Oh man. Nothing worse than needing gas, but also need to finish this order to get the gas. I'm talking about this thing will drive you up a wall if you let it. Can't think about it, you just got to do it. Can't think about it too much, you just got to do it. So what was I about to tell y'all about? I was about to tell y'all about, I got so many topics in my mind, I'm trying to remember which one I wanted to put first on this multi-niche content thing we call ONYXCON, where we deal with art life, living your best art life. Keep it creative no matter what's going on, all right? So I was telling y'all about being on Marketplace, right? So that started me back looking at Marketplace to see what's out there. Just because, I'm on it, so let me see what other people are putting up for sale, stuff like that. And I saw the most ridiculous thing today that made me laugh, just how bold people can be. It was a Topps, T-O-P-P-S, the one that sells baseball cards and other types of memorabilia cards. They do a series of Marvel character cards. And I don't know when this came out. I don't collect cards. I did it one time. There was a time in my life, and I need to find them cards and see what I got. I might have some winners in there. You know what I'm saying? I might have some stuff worth something. Who knows? You never know until you look and really see. But I used to collect baseball cards at one time. I kind of got into that for a little bit. Not seriously, but just, I dabbled. I know what it was. It was like at one point I wanted to, I think it was just, I saw the cards at a gas station, as I remember, on a trip we would always take down home. We would go down to my grandparents' house in deep South Georgia. And I was like, yo, I'm going to get me a pack of cards. My dad was into cards when he was a kid. Now, this is when I was in, like, high school, I think it was. And I was into collecting caps. That's when I started really giving a dang about baseball caps. And this is before all of what y'all got going on now y'all just so spoiled. Y'all have no idea, the young folk. Y'all take for granted having stores like, I remember when the first Champs opened. I remember when the first Lids opened, especially Lids, because first it was like Champs, and that's all you had if you wanted a baseball cap like that. And there was a few other stores, depending on your region of the U.S., whatever. But there was not like this abundance of companies making specialized, licensed or not licensed or whatever the case may be, especially the fitted cap thing. The fitted caps, which I love most, I love fitted caps. They didn't even exist back in the day, man. In middle school, we didn't have fitteds. All we had was snapbacks. So when I make my joke in my videos and I show a store and I be doing my flip throughs and I'm looking at the caps and I turn it over and it's a damn snapback and I shake it because that's my little joke, like I hate snapbacks. It's coming from a real place. It's not because I genuinely just absolutely hate it. It ain't even that deep. It's just, it's a preference based on growing the fuck up, quite frankly, because I didn't like when I was young and you wear a snapback and it get hot and that damn thing put that little print on your forehead. That plastic, you get that little print of the snap. I hated that, right? So when they started coming out with fitteds, I always wanted them, but they were always the more expensive cap. I mean, now they're ridiculous. $50 average cap, 50 to 60. It's crazy, right? But, I remember when everything was 20-something, 30-something. Hell, I can remember when caps was, shit, man, $15-something or whatever. That was a decent price for a cap, even if it was a snapback. And it was one of the trending ones, a starter cap or a new era, whichever one. But yeah, so like I can remember like getting to a point where in my older years coming back to it, because I didn't really start back collecting caps until I want to say, let me see, it would have had to have been somewhere around 2015 or so, somewhere around there. That's when I started back collecting. Because, like I say, high school, middle school, and high school, I wore baseball caps. Then somewhere around college, I didn't care no more about caps. I just wanted to switch my style up. I started wearing other hats, which I still like hats like what I got now, flat caps, apples. I was into all that. I was on some real smooth player, old school-ish, mixed with young stuff. Like, I would have retro stuff from my father's collection I found, wearing shirts he used to have, mixed that with baggy jeans and all the stuff of my time. I was flipping it, man. I was doing all the stuff folk do now and say, oh, you doing something so different. Man, I was doing all that stuff already. It's like anything I do from the rest of my life is just a revision of everything I already did, you know? So by the time I came back around to it, like I said, maybe about 2015, I mean, the first fitted I found in a discount store in a Ross was my red Atlanta Braves cap, which at the time was rare. They didn't have, that was before the trend hit and they came out with all the variants and everything. This was one of the first variants, actually. And I didn't even realize it was. I just like, oh, that's different. I like different shit. It's not the typical Braves hat with the red bill and the dark blue cap with the white A. It was red with a white A trimmed in the dark blue with a dark blue bill. I was like, oh, this is fresh. I like this. So I got that for probably $11 or something. You know what I'm saying? A cap that was probably 35 when it came out or more. And was happy as hell. And to this day, that cap still looks good. Still wear it when I want to. I don't wear it as much on purpose. I almost don't want nothing to happen to it because I want to frame that damn thing one day, put it in a box or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally the rebirth of my cap collection. So, you know, like I said, I still can wear it. It's fresh. So anyway, then from there on, I just would keep going to different discount shops, and every time I see something I like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get that one. Okay, I'm gonna get that one. Before you know it, I forget how many hats I have now. I still don't have what I would consider a big collection by no means. It's still a small collection. It's just unique, and I got some really cool stuff. And to me, like I always say, quality before quantity. Like, I'd rather have 10 amazing hats than 100 okay hats that I really don't care about or don't even wear all the time. You know, I like every single hat in my collection. So I got all of that, and I'm gonna take this back around to my original point. I was saying that the only reason I even tried to collect baseball cards at one point was because of my obsession with baseball hats. I was like, let me know more about these teams just to know, you know. And so I had a couple of cards. So that's as close as I got to collecting cards, but I never spent a lot of time in that world. But I did see the growth of it becoming what it's become now, like when Yu-Gi-Oh! Hit. And I mean, that was the one. I think the entire insane prices we see on some of these collectible cards now is all because of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and other stuff, like, you know, with tabletop gaming cards and stuff like that. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Particular, I remember when that mess hit, and to this day, I don't know a lot about it. If you put a picture of it, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing. That's all I know. You know, I know what it is. I never got into it. It wasn't my generation. But I'm aware of everything. I try to stay up on, you know, what's going on. And so, like I say, years and years and years ago when all that hit, because there's people in their 30s now that was when that first started, right? But, man, when that stuff came out, I noticed you would hear about the prices, like, oh, this card goes for this hundreds or maybe a few thousand or whatever. Now, that was common with baseball cards, so it didn't make me flinch. I'm just like, yeah, okay, they've reached the status of baseball cards. They can get to them kind of prices. It's raining like a mug right now. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It is pouring. It is pouring. But I started noticing that the stuff associated with comic book culture and all that when they would do series of cards. And I can remember when the first cards like that came out too. They always had series of Marvel character cards and stuff that they would come and go, but it wasn't like something until a certain point in history where it's constant releases. It was like, yeah, we're gonna do one for this year, and we'll do another one next year. We're gonna get some artists to paint the images. We're gonna get special images from the comic books put on certain cards, whatever. And we'll have specials at Comic-Cons and stuff like that. Man, it is pouring out here, y'all. I gotta talk loud just to be heard. I know y'all like, hope y'all can hear me. But it was a lot of that. It was a whole lot of that grew it to where it is now. And what gets me though is when I was looking, like I said, I was looking at Marketplace, right? On Facebook. And somebody put up a Wolverine. That image was, oh my gosh, what was his name? Keith? I think it's Keith, was his last name. famous artist that got big for, oh man, the name of that comic. I think his independent book was The Pit. No, I may be mixing that up. Or am I mixing that up? I might be right now. So much stuff in my head I can't remember. I may be off with that, so don't quote that. Anyway, whoever it was, I know the artist is what I'm saying. I just can't. I may not be on the point. I got so many artist names in my head. He's somebody I respect, but not necessarily one of my all-time favorites. I liked his stuff, but it wasn't like, oh shit, I gotta get everything he ever did. But I like that he was unique. You always knew his work when you saw it, that kind of thing. So anyway, this illustration of Wolverine on this card, and it's one of these foil cards where, you know, it's got the shiny reflective surface, and then the illustration itself might be shiny in some parts, but it's basically the original line art. This fool put $100,000. I said, ain't no way in the hell that one card is going for no $100,000, right? So I copied the text verbatim, because I ain't want, because I don't know that world, and I don't want to, you got to say the certain foil, this, that, and the other, year, tops, whatever, Marvel series. But so I copied all that, and I dropped it in a Google search for AI. I said, how much is this worth for real? Like, what's the maximum amount? Sorry about that, y'all. The signal is acting up. Area right now, raining like cats and dogs, snakes, bats, and anacondas. The series card is Doctor Doom and X-20, of which might go for up to $40,000. I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So basically that was somebody just saying, hey, this is from the same time. I know my card ain't worth that much, but I know it's rare. I'm gonna exaggerate it. I'm gonna boost it up crazy. Yeah, 10 times crazy. I mean, like, calm down. Nobody gonna buy. I know from experience on Marketplace now. Everybody does what I did. They gonna look it up. They not gonna just be like, oh, I want that. No. Even if they were a millionaire and was like, yeah, I can afford $100,000. Ain't nobody buying that shit for that price knowing it ain't worth that, man. It's just not gonna happen. You gotta put stuff. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna bump it up, in my experience, you bump it up so you got a place to break it down, because people are gonna try and get the price down. So if the item is $5 for real, if it's really worth $5, yeah, say 15. And before it's all said and done, it was 7 or 8. If you're lucky. But don't go into 5. You know what I mean? Because that's what pretty much how it goes. But if you're gonna say, if anybody in there can look up with quick, this ain't the time where we need specialists to, like that show that only these experts know. But in this day of AI, man, logged, and AI gonna read it right back to you with their own way of writing it, and it's gonna be the same amount of information, if not more, because they're not gonna just pull it no more with overpricing stuff and thinking hard over on people. It's gonna all come down to, in this new economy, how bad do you want it, and how much more time will you spend looking for a rare thing if someone has one and is charging a certain price? So yeah, one has one and is charging a certain price. So yeah, it's just that simple. That's really all it is. That's it. So overpricing it is ridiculous, man. That is just, it's very unprofessional. It's very cheesy. It shows you don't really respect what you're doing if you're gonna push the price too far. You can't do that. Just be realistic. What he should have done is just said, "Hey, man, 20,000. It's worth 14, but when you gonna see another one of these sometime soon?" And then you get him down to 15,000. And if you got that kind of money, you buy it. Whatever. But what cracks me up, for some people, not everybody, some people who collect stuff, they don't even display their stuff. Like, I learned a long time ago when it comes to collecting, you had to figure out ways to display your best stuff so you can see it. It ain't even about, if it's really about, especially if you're that collector, like, I'll never sell this, I don't want to sell this while I'm alive, because that's all that means. As soon as you go, everybody else in your family that don't collect it like you do, they're going to need that money for rent. They're going to need that money for that vacation. They're going to need that money for the kids' college fund, whatever. Ain't nobody they're not gonna hold it. They're gonna do what they gotta do, you know. In some cases they'll hold on to it. In some cases they'll understand, hey, this is the heirloom, or we can continue to make other money off of this, so figure out a way, depending on what it is. Depending on what it is. But it doesn't make sense to just overprice. It doesn't make sense. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it until next year at the same time. If you leave it up, my $100,000 for that car, man, you crazy, man. Oh my gosh, that's wild. But yo, it tell you something though. It tell you something. And this rain is so serious. I'm just, excuse me, just coasting along too. I'm not trying to push it. Oh, y'all hear that? Wow. Lightning. I need me an umbrella too. I'm a little bit half prepared today, which is not like me. I'm always prepared. But I do have my little light, very light, stretchy nylon hoodie that I like to wear when I know I might get soaked, or when I go in a cold store or whatever. I think I'm about to have to put that on today. Oh my gosh, why am I so yawny? That's that rain too, man. Rain makes me feel like that. I do not, my body is, as I get older, I am definitely linked to the sun. That's why I say I'm gonna have to retire somewhere where it's tropical, and I understand why a lot of older people do that. I always understood, but especially now that I'm my age, I'm like, man, please. It ain't about staying nowhere where it's raining all the time, or most of the time, or it's a big part of the year. Now, hell with all that rain. Let me get some sunshine, man. I want mostly sunny days, so I can. It energizes you, it keeps you awake, it keeps you alert. I had a big lunch too. I think that's what it is. I know that's what it is. I ain't really walking. You know what? You're supposed to move after you eat. I couldn't do that if I wanted to today. I couldn't take a walk out there. I had to get on the phone, order, gotta pay this bill. But what's the point of the bill? Well, that's how I live where I'm at. I gotta pay the bill. Okay, gotcha. But then that stress of that is why people, I'm just glad I know what I'm saying right now, so I still find a way to take walks. That's why I work a courier job, because at least I get out the car and walk to a door and come back. And then, depending on how many orders I get, it might be a bunch of stuff. And then, in a day, you're going to at least get 1.5 miles to 2 miles, which still is not nothing, really. You need 5. They say you need 5+ miles a day to truly stay in your best health. And I say, damn, like, it ain't nothing to me either. I can walk that easily, man. I just don't have the situation where that's every day. It's another reason why I want to move overseas, be where I don't even have to have a car, so you gotta walk. You're gonna take the bus and everything now and then, train, whatever the case may be. But when you walk, you're gonna stay slim, you're gonna stay healthy, you're not even gonna notice, because you're doing it to get where you gotta be. You're doing it I gotta go get my groceries, I gotta walk there, I gotta walk back, I gotta walk here, I gotta walk there. If that's your life, you just do it. You ain't no debating it, I don't feel like it. I get that feeling because I put myself in situations like that to feel it out, because I want to know what it would feel like. And honestly, because everything's so new to me, I like it. I base that on vacation mode. Like I've seen a lot of travelers say, there's a big difference in being on vacation and living somewhere. And I know that's true. Absolutely, of course it is. And I don't take it for granted. Which is another reason why I want to get to a point where, hell, I can afford to stay for a few months. Because that's what they say to do too. They say if you're going to do it, this is real expat life. You want to visit just on a basic vacation first, fall in love with the place. Okay, that's honeymoon stage. Still going to be honeymoon. Even if you were to move there officially. But, you stay there and you take another trip. This trip stay even longer. Like the first trip, maybe it was just 5-6 days, typical vacation stuff. You're really lucky you did 2 weeks. But now you go back and you do a month or a month and a half, or Lord forbid, 2 months. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, now you really gonna feel like you were there, especially in that last month, if you did 2. And then I would say, if you really got it to do it, go back and stay, or with that second trip, stay where it's on the cusp of 2 seasons. So if there's a dry season and a rainy season, go to that tropical place when it's dry, but then stay long enough when it rains too, so you get the feeling of what it is when it's storming outside and everything's wet everywhere and hot at the same time, and all that stuff that would irritate you. Get that feeling, know what it's really like, and if you can survive that, you might be built for it. If that doesn't put you off so much that you're like, man, I'm ready to go home, then you might be built for it. And then there's a bunch of other factors. I mean, of course, you're gonna deal with a lot of different cultures with the people, language barrier if there's one. That's the biggest one for me, that language barrier thing. I love a lot of things about Latin cultures, and I get on really good with most Latin people I meet. I've had my good and bad situations, but mostly good. Absolutely love the women. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy thing to love for the way they look and the variety you get. I also love the food for the most part in certain cultures. All right, y'all. This order out, then I'll come back and keep chopping it up with y'all. Thank goodness it ain't raining where I'm at now. It was just on my way where I was coming through. It was heavy. Right here, it's not nothing. It's like a whole nother world where I'm at right now. But it's coming. It's coming this way. I see the clouds. It's gonna rain over here too. It just ain't got here yet. Regime. That's what the man said in the video I just saw. Oh. Tell them. Yeah, y'all, we getting to it. Trying to drop these orders before it pour down again, but it ain't gonna matter wherever I'm at. It's just gonna rain. If it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain. So yeah, y'all, I feel like I'm gonna just start babbling at this point. So I'm gonna get on off here. I'll go live again when I feel like saying something. But I covered my main point about that card, man. That was hilarious. Look up Topps foil Marvel character collector's cards, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, and don't forget to watch my video, because I'm not getting enough love on that video, man. It's really bothering me. I did this video the other day where I said Cyberpunk 2 will dethrone GTA 6, but that won't happen till 5-6 years from now, when Cyberpunk finally comes out. So right now, GTA 6 about to rule supreme, obviously, from the way people going crazy about it. And there'll be other games that contend with that hype. Like, when Wolverine hits, it's going to put a major dent in everything. And I can't wait, because I'm playing that. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's called Berlin 20, whatever year it is, Cyberpunk-based thing. That looks really good. And there's about 2 or 3 other Cyberpunk type games that I like, because I love Cyberpunk genre. So a lot of cool stuff coming, man. A lot of cool stuff coming out. And yeah, we here for all of it. Just keep supporting ONYXCON. We are so close to 4,000. Thank you so much for everybody who has been subscribing. Y'all are the reason for the season. I tell y'all that all the time, and I mean it. It's for real. Like, without those numbers and the real views, because the other thing is we done hit past 1,500 watch hours, which means we're on our way to 3,000, which means we get 3,000. I can start doing memberships. Hello. Oh, it's on. It's on. If we start doing memberships and get enough of y'all in here that really want to rock with me, man, I'll do it strictly for members all the time. There'll be so much stuff on the memberships. All that'll be left for you folk who just want to watch shorts. That's all y'all gonna get. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving you fair warning. I'm giving you the early scrimmage of how I'm gonna play this game. Y'all keep taking it for granted, acting like you ain't gotta put likes on stuff and not watching the long content. Watch them long videos. You know, if I see enough people match the energy on shorts, which I know ain't gonna never really happen, but let's just say if it get within 55 to 50%, you know, but 55 is still shorts. Okay, I can live with that, and I'll give y'all way more of the same amount of long videos for free. No, you ain't got to sign up. You ain't got to be a member. But when memberships hit, oh, it's on, goddamn it. I'm telling y'all right